it together.
DRUMline. Okay. Hey, Brent Fitz is a veteran of DRUMline.
Well, yeah, I guess I have done a few interviews for you already.
Anyway, we got you back for a second time because you are Brent Fitz with Slash, and you're not with Slash at the moment, but you play with Slash.
I'm definitely not. I'm in very much NAMM mode, like we all are.
You're in NAMM mode. Ed interviewed you in Vancouver, I believe, at Lago McQuaid.
Yeah, actually, Ed and I go way back. The first time I met Ed was at NAMM in 1996. So I've literally been coming here, and I run into Ed every NAMM.
There are preponderance of Canadians at NAMM, and I've become friends with a lot of them. Which one? You grew up in Winnipeg.
Yeah, well, you got to be from somewhere, so.
You got to be from somewhere.
From Canada.
You might as well be from Canada. Well, they're trying to make America better because the Canadian people are the nicest people in the world.
No, we are. You know what? I don't know what it is, but every time I meet other people, they're like, "You guys are so nice." I don't think about it, and I know you don't, but you know what I mean? Like, you get around a bunch of other people, and they're like, "Oh, you must be Canadian. You're really nice." I'm like, "Oh, I just thought everybody was
Canadian."
Cool. I don't know.
Canadian people say they're sorry if they think it's just like a phrase. It's nothing to be sorry about. Like, oh, sorry, I just bumped into you.
I had to stop saying it because it was getting
too much.
Pathetic. And you got to stop saying process. Okay.
Process. Okay.
You know what process is, but down here it's process.
Oh. Yeah, unless you're a pro like you. You're a pro. Pro drummer. You play with many people. We don't have to go through all of them, but you got any other projects going now? What are you working on?
No, well, I've been out on the road with Slash, and we've been doing like the last 6 years, same band, put out a couple great records, and we were out for like 18 months in the last touring cycle. I need a break. I need to go sit home and say hi to my wife and just chill out for a little bit.
Well, Slash is going to be a little busy for a while, so you can have a little break, a little vacation.
And deservedly so. Now that Guns N' Roses thing is going to be killer, and I'll see Slash after it's all done. Our singer Miles has another band too. He's doing Alter Bridge, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're holding stuff. Is that stuff you picked up at NAMM, or is that projects you're working on?
No, I'm just,
NAMM mode.
I'm a sponge for paraphernalia here, so I'm getting CDs and T-shirts galore.
If I picked up everything I could pick up, I could barely carry my bag, but I try not to pick anything up because of the weight.
I know, but that's what we're here to, checking out gear and.
Well, I got to carry a camera, so.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
guess
where we're standing. You know where we're standing.
Well,
what's behind you?
Yeah, who doesn't love Alex Van Halen? It's funny because this kit reminds me of I loved it, Alex when I was, since I was 10. But ironically, John Douglas, who built the kit and has worked for Alex Van Halen for years and years, is a good friend of mine, but also has drum tech for me out with Slash. JD, his nickname, he's got a great story because he was in some bands in the 80s that had some success, and then he kind of got into customizing drum kits. He's a real great artist, but it seems like a lot of the gigs that he's done over the years where he's worked for another famous drummer and built some kits, he ends up usually filling in on the gig by default, by accident. I think you could ask him about it, but I think he filled in for Frank Beard on a show with ZZ Top. And, anyway, when he was out with me, ironically, he was only out for a short time. I've had the same drum tech, actually, since about 2001 when I played with Vince Neil years ago. Mark Kuntz is his name. Anyway, he wasn't available. JD came out on an early run with when I first started with Slash. And just unfortunately, we got out to Russia on tour, and our bass player Todd had a detached retina. So we had to send Todd home in the middle of the tour, without thinking about it. He just had to go home for emergency surgery. So it was one of those, it was the weirdest scenario where JD, he's a great drummer, and a lot of times when we're on the road, we'll go do little 3-piece gigs with myself on bass, JD on drums. And
you're a multi-instrumentalist.
I kind of am not really good at anything, but I.
Oh, come on now.
So drums is, in there. It's about my third instrument. I like piano and guitar too. So anyway, we'd do a little 3-piece around, on our days off and play together. And, it's like, hey, let's play a whole set of Cheap Trick. 1, 2, 3, go. Everyone knows Cheap Trick songs, or Zeppelin, or Van Halen. So it just came to an unfortunate situation where Todd had to go home in Russia that day, and we couldn't even think, we're probably going to cancel the show. It was my decision to ask JD, hey, you're on the kit tonight. What do you think? And he was like, I'm not really prepared for that. I go, come on, you played with some other some of your other gigs, you're the guy. You're like, and so actually it was fantastic because he had watched me do the show a number of times, and he's a great drummer. So we had kind of have a weird story together. So he played in Slash for a couple of shows, and I played bass, filling in. So JD and I were like a pretty good rhythm section, and he's tech for me. So he's a star in his own right. Anyway, that's his kit back there. I mean, I consider that as much JD's kit as I do.
It's all brass hardware, it's stainless steel, it's crazy looking.
It's pretty rad, but obviously it's Alex's vision and everything for the, it looks like Alex Van Halen's kit, but it's just really cool that.
Was that this summer's tour kit?
I think it was.
Because I saw the show and I can't really remember exactly like the finish.
Yeah, I've seen like the last 3 or 4 that JD did for Alex since about, I remember like the 2007 kit had the really cool refrigerator that opened up.
Right.
I mean, everything's custom.
So. One of his kids went to Nashville for the Nashville Drummers Van Halen tribute recently.
Right.
And I thought that was like a different kit than this, but that's pretty cool. They took the original tour kit and played it in Nashville, a bunch of guys.
Super cool, yeah.
And he sent it down there for that. I think JD went with it.
He did. So I just talked to Jason Sutter. I know you talked to him too, and who I love. There he is. And he said it was really cool. All the drummers playing Van Halen songs. And
did he go down and play it? I forgot. I didn't ask him about that. He played down that.
Yeah.
Jason.
I wish I lived in Nashville and could have done that. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, you can't play everywhere all the time, but you get around. So thanks for coming by.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks for updating us.
Appreciate it. Drumline.net.
That's correct. All right, we'll see you.
Cheers.